Okay.
Okay.
Metroid Prime.
Federation Force.
Wow, we didn't even plan that.
I saw it coming.
Okay, yeah. It's the name of the game. It's out.
It's like you're a team.
It's like that's the title of the game. It's out on 3DS. Is the review up yet, Peter?
The review in progress is up. I literally just got the last few edits for the full review, so that'll be live in like an hour.
Okay.
I mean, it's coming hot on the heels of this. Yeah.
Can you reveal the score before it goes? Is this like a preview of the?
Well, if you go to Google right now, for some reason, if you type in Metroid Prime Federation Force, it says that GameSpot is giving it 1 out of 10.
Holy shit! You're giving this a 1 out of 10,
which is probably some sort of algorithm disaster.
I don't know. Something with that happened like a week or two ago, where another game, or like we hadn't given it a score, or there was like a different score that appeared there. I do not believe that. That is not anything that we're involved in.
Yeah.
That is just all Google pulling something out of its ass.
Stop being weird, Google. So does that mean it's not getting a 1 out of 10?
It's not getting 1 out of 10. I don't want to talk about the score on this. I would rather actually focus on just the game, just talking about the game.
Can we talk about it then? The first thing I want to talk about then is the quandary you had last week when I last talked to you about it, which is this is a game which has quite a steep, or no, it has a difficulty curve that seems to be pretty, I don't know, like it's almost wanting you to play with more people because this is a multiplayer game, right?
It is both a single player and a multiplayer game.
Okay.
And I will defend that position despite people's cry to the contrary. Ooh, sorry. Because on the main menu, it says solo play. And it says play with others or whatever, like co-op. Those are two separate things. The game makes it clear that you can do one or the other. It even gives you an item to boost your, your strength. Yeah, like how much damage you give and how little you take. And so it's the game saying you can play this by yourself. The problem is the difficulty. So let's say the hit points of the enemies or the damage they deal does not change depending on your party size.
Right.
Whether you are playing with 4 people or by yourself, you are facing these same odds. Now, granted, single player, you get that item, but that item doesn't allow you to be in more than one place at a time.
Right, yeah.
And in a game like this, where it's so punishing when you die that you have to start a mission completely over, playing with other people that can revive you in a matter of seconds by tapping the button changes the game entirely. So you can just play with reckless abandon and die and get revived. Single player, you screw up for like 2 seconds on a boss with a 1-hit kill. Thanks for trying.
And there are a lot of missions that are like, keep this thing protected, keep this thing alive, and you're just
slow
like
escort missions. Yeah.
So to be fair, Peter was playing the review. He didn't get through to he had a wall at a boss.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey Justin, can you help me out? Can you start playing this? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna play it. Got through the first 2 missions by myself. I'm like, Peter kind of sucks in this game. This is not hard at all.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of fun. And I play through, I get to the boss because to play together, you have to both have unlocked that level. I can't just jump in and be like, oh, I'll play this with you.
So you had to like grind to get to the level where he was. Okay, right.
He's like, this is no problem.
Yeah.
Then I get to the boss. I'm like, I'll just try it out. This is fine. Totally kills me. Like it 1-hit kills like this boss, and when you die,
how long is the fight if it can 1-hit kill you?
Well, it's like a 2-stage fight.
Right.
So the first stage takes maybe 10 minutes.
Oh my god!
If you're playing by yourself.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So yeah, and then you get to the second stage, and maybe you last another minute. But the moment the boss does this one move, if you're in the wrong place, and you can't turn around very quickly, so you can lose track of the boss as he goes underwater.
Right.
And you're like on a little island in the middle of a body of water. So,
or if he throws you off the island, you lose. Right?
So,
like
so I guess when you were together, did you beat this boss?
Oh yeah. So as soon as we teamed up, like lickety 5 minutes, I think we just totally trounced it. It was no problem at all.
And was the next level as difficult, or was this like a weird, isolated kind of thing?
We got to mission. That was mission 7. I think we got to mission 13 or 14. And then we faced a boss that we couldn't finish, that we couldn't beat. We played it for maybe 15 minutes, and then there was like a 20-minute session, and we just couldn't do it. And I flipped my lid. I lost my shit. I like punched myself in the leg and like yelled in the office. I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. But
Peter hurts himself.
Yeah. Okay. Then over the weekend, the servers went live.
Okay.
And I was able to go online and play with a full party.
Randoms. People.
Randoms.
Okay, yeah.
In 4 minutes and 48 seconds, we beat the boss that me and Justin could not beat in 20 minutes.
Right.
And so it only took that long because you literally have to deal with like a mechanism that you have to reload. There was no faltering. We were just back and forth doing it. That's exactly how long it should take.
Right.
If you're at your best.
So that's nuts. So then they're basically like, the game is clearly meant to be played with lots of people, but it's being sold as a game where you can play this on your own.
But is it meant to be played with a full party? Because it's too easy at that point.
Right,
at that point, you feel like there's no challenge. And when there's no challenge, you're kind of just going through the motions, right? You have this ability to choose weapons before you go into battle. You might think, okay, I'll be a healer, I'll be this and that. With a full party, you don't need that sort of system.
Right.
Everyone just shoots anything they want. If they fall, okay, someone goes by and taps the button and they get revived.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to heal somebody, but it feels unnecessary when you're with a full party.
Whereas when you're on your own or with two people, it sounds like the most incredibly difficult. It's like minutia. You're like working that
you're struggling. And like, so okay, there's a way to strike a balance there, and that is to figure out the ideal party size for each mission. Like Justin was saying, a lot of the earlier ones and some of the fillers between bosses can be handled on your own and are okay. Like, the challenge is there because you're keeping up with a lot of enemies by yourself, and there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of action going on. But then, you know, you have too many people, and maybe the mission doesn't feel like that.
Right.
You know?
That's so strange. The chat kind of losing their mind about it. Baking Panda saying this sounds like atrocious game design. Holy cow. Hassun saying it does not seem to adapt well based on the amount of players.
It does not adapt at all.
Yeah, it doesn't even try.
It is. And it is. Yeah.
I think it's surprising how well it does the controls for a first-person game, because I thought that was going to be the worst part. Like, playing a first-person game on your 3DS, and it's dumb how slow you move, how you not having the ability just do a quick turn to look behind you. But the controls for actually shooting and getting around, like, that worked really well.
It works really well. I mean, the left analog stick controls your forward and reverse movement and your rotation left and right. So you can move and look to your side, and then when you want to look up or down, hold down the R button and use the gyroscope in the system to just move the system. And it works really, really well. Like, as he said, that is one of the best things about the game, is that it proves that, like, you can have a great first-person shooter on 3DS. It's just a shame that this game doesn't deliver any sort of adventure that lives up to Metroid Prime, which it pulls from. And, like, just because it's not really a Metroid game, that doesn't make it bad to begin with. Yeah. It just means, in a way, it doesn't have a crutch. Right. And it should be on even footing, just on its own terms, but it can't succeed on its own terms, regardless of whether Samus is in it or what role she plays, like any of that.
Yeah, so people who are going to be fans of the series are not quite getting what they want, because they want a traditional Metroid game and they want Samus to be a part of it. Yeah. But it doesn't feel like it expands out on the Metroid lore in a fun way, and just as a general shooter, like, it just doesn't live up to your expectations of, like, I just want a fun shooter.
Yeah. It's really stupid. Like, the missions, they say, okay,
stick that on the box. It's really stupid.
we need you to go out to this mission to accomplish a thing that's going to thwart the pirates. And you go and do it, and they're like, cool. Next mission, it's like, remember that thing you did? It didn't really work. Okay.
We suck. We're the worst Marines ever.
The last two missions before the final boss, they say, okay, we found this energy transfer link where they're sending energy from one planet to another. Oh, no. If we destroy this, we'll destroy their base that's causing us all our problems, and we'll be fine.
Destroy the oil pipeline. Got it.
Right. You literally destroy it, and it's like, turns out they have another one. You have to go do the exact same thing in a different location. Like, this is the final act of the game. You're bringing me through to the end, and that's all you have?
And you're the Space Marines. So the thing is, like, you're the Marines, but all the time you're like, we found reports of Samus Aran, a bounty hunter who's given us new information. Like, aren't you the Marines? Shouldn't you be, like, more put together than this? Right. You have the whole army. This is 4 dudes. You guys go out there. Samus did a little bit better. Try to do what she did.
God, that's weird. It's almost like teasing the fact that you're not being Samus. Like, she's actually doing a way better job than you are.
Yeah, you kind of suck, guys.
I guess the last question on this is, so presumably you got to the end with playing with Justin.
Yeah. Could you? No. Me and Justin couldn't do it together.
Oh, so you did when you went online?
I had to play with a party of 4.
So could you go back and play those in solo? When you unlock on one tier, do you unlock on the other? Or when you
There's no tier.
It's just you're in together or not?
No, what you do unlock is hard mode.
Well, there you go. See
that's like like what? Does that make it so that the early levels are fun now when you're on your own?
I don't care. I don't want to replay them. They're so basic. They're so basic. I mean, look, if you're going to implement a hard mode, how difficult is it to just make that the 4-player mode? Did I mention there's a soccer game?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about the soccer game.
Do you like Rocket League?
I sure do.
We love Rocket League.
Also, Lucio Ball. Tell me about the soccer game.
Okay, it's basically Lucio Ball.
Okay.
But on a 3DS. And so you have this big ball, everyone's trying to get in a goal, because everyone can shoot at it from as far away as they want to. Everyone is shooting at it no matter where they are, and the ball just like moves inches.
It's like everyone's got like Dalsim legs, so they're just kicking this ball constantly.
It is the least. It is. Oh god.
Oh my god. All right.
They put the energy into that, but not
You can download that
balancing
for
the
free.
game. Yeah, apparently you can download it for free.
Are you sure this isn't getting 1 out of 10?
Because look,
Review up soon.
Spoilers.
it controls really well. Some of the boss fights, when you have a team that's the right size. I did play a few missions with like 3 people
Yeah.
where the game felt more balanced.
Okay.
Cool. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the game forces you to put in the legwork to figure out like what the difficulty should be and how to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's not the way this is supposed to work.
Yeah, that seems kind of strange.
Yes.
All right, there you go. Metroid Prime. Federation Force.
You are so uncertain of that name.
I know. Do you know why? I kept
Yes,
getting
because there's another game.
but I actually
Freedom
got that right. It was
Force.
Freedom Force. I was getting I thought this
Oh,
is
Irrational Games made this
yeah,
one?
this is
Whoa.
Ken Levine's Metroid game. Review up soon on GameSpot.com. Go check it out.